whenever you're done with teammates. saw the one at PFW. And
we're live. Welcome. Should I pick this up?
Yeah,
Probably.
that's how they can hear you.
Welcome to the third week of preseason of the IHSEN Overwatch Fall Split. Today we have an exciting match between our newly formed Bluffton Cyber Tigers and Kankakee Valley. But we were able to get it, rescheduled. Our varsity team for this year is Eli, aka Exploded, Aiden, aka Gavilon, Kiner, aka Fish, Hunter, also known as Lazy Soul, Chasen, aka Supering Game, Jaden, aka Blue Jay,
Wrong side.
Dominic, aka Raven 12, and Logan.
That's me.
That's him. And Logan, aka Parzilla. Today we have Mrs. Rusu, the captain of the middle school team, and Dominic, who is mostly focusing on action shots for the actual game itself. Overwatch competitions are a best of 5, going through the following game types: Control, Escort, Push, and Hybrid. Today's control map is Ilios, and Control is a game mode in which 2 teams fight over a capture point in a best of 3 format. While a team has control over a capture point, that team will gain capture percentage until they reach 100%. And the team that reaches 100% first wins the round. Overtime will be triggered if one team has reached 99% and the point is currently being contested. This game mode does not have a time limit, unlike others. And we're in the match. So right now, obviously it's the beginning of the game, not a ton is happening. Our team is capturing C. Wow.
We got Eli just kind of sneak on the ball.
Do you want to?
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
All right.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot will be going on.
Hunter trying to pick up the kill on the Mercy, fades away.
That's odd.
Hunter has really great aim. I've noticed, by watching these guys, I've noticed Hunter's aim is impeccable and I could never compare. So it's always just exciting to watch people who are better than me do stuff that is fun. I don't know.
So explain the gameplay to me.
So,
because this is the first time
essentially,
I'm seeing it.
It's a 5v5 between multiple characters. You have your tank, which just has a lot of HP, can do damage, and have some kind of health abilities. Like for example, Wrecking Ball. If he's who is the person Eli's playing, if he's near a set amount of enemies, he will gain shield. And pretty much, wait, does this mic not work?
I don't know.
I guess not.
It
Oh.
says past the mic.
Oh, okay. I think, yeah, okay. And then you have your damages, which just do damage, and your supports, which do some damage, but their main focus is just healing.
Oh, we're blue, by the way. So we're already at 67% and climbing.
That's very impressive.
We're doing
Really
pretty
well.
good right now. You also have you explained healers
Yeah,
and damage?
yeah. I'll explain everything.
So you kind of get at it at this point. You just run around the map,
You just run around the map.
do your job. And
It's very team-based.
yeah, and if your team does their job, then you'll be able to do yours.
Yeah.
So you protect each other. And
Pretty
then
much.
The goal is to
Oh, we got Orbital Ray coming out
take
from
all of the
Jaden.
points away from the other team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And yeah, it's really team-based. If your team does well and plays smart, you should be able to win unless the other team just does that and better.
Yeah, exactly.
Explain to me this flower thing that just happened.
Oh, that's the Tree of Life. That's Life Weaver's ability. What it does is if you're in the radius, you gain HP, but if you have max HP, you gain overhealth, which is just essentially a shield.
That makes sense. So it boosts, overall boosts.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everybody gets
On your team. On your
on
team.
your team
Yeah.
when you get the flower thing.
Yes.
Okay. See, I'm getting it.
Which, of course, means if you place the flower right where the objective is,
You can.
the opposing
It's
team.
also a solid, so you can block with it. And I've seen multiple things where it's like people like block the objective, or like they'll block the enemy team from going somewhere. So the other team, so like your team, can just like kind of like sneak up behind them.
Oh, that's
So-
really smart.
What's the objective? Like
On
when
this?
it says objective, what does that mean?
Pretty much, you just push into that one point, and you have to. And once you capture it, you will gain a percentage. And if you reach 100%, you just win.
You can tell which one of us actually plays the game.
I'm on the team for it, so.
That's fair.
Oh, Hunter does get picked off from a Junkrat bomb. Let's see.
I can see.
Oh, getting pulled back by Lifeweaver. Baptiste 1.
That's good because that saves him, right?
Yeah. The pull does, I don't know the exact name for the ability, but pretty much it pulls him in, and he gets iframes, which are invulnerability frames,
the
along
flower?
with he also gets healed while he's getting pulled.
I see.
So can you share life with each other?
Like, what do you mean? Like
can-
you can heal each other, but you can't give like your own HP to your teammates, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
So you can't give, like, yours won't go down.
Yeah.
Yours won't go down if somebody else needs healing, but
Yeah.
you can heal them.
It's in your like abilities to be able to heal yourself or your teammates.
How many times?
Depends on the character. For example, this character like Mercy, as long as they have like that yellow beam going, that's just an indefinite heal.
Do they have a cooldown on that?
On Mercy, no. Every character, I mean, if technically, Lifeweaver, very few characters have, I guess, like a definitive amount to how much they can heal, unless it's based on like ammo or something like that. Like, but Mercy is one of the few people who have, I guess, an indefinite heal.
Oh, and something else to note too is that all of the healers have like generally low health and don't do a ton of damage
Yeah.
because that's not their job.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have one healer per
Two.
team? Two healers.
Two healers, 2 damage, and 1 tank.
Okay. What's a tank?
Big person that can eat a lot of damage and can also dish out a
That
good
guy.
amount.
That's
For example, you got Eli, who just flicked the Orisa off with his hook ability.
That guy.
Yeah, the fat one.
yeah.
It's fairly easy to pick out tank.
Right.
Yeah, it's whoever's the biggest 9 times out of 10.
Also, want to say that we're 3/4 of the way through
Yep.
already.
What is he doing?
That's
Aiden
pretty
picking off the Lucio.
It is very impressive. Our team is like it's fun to watch because they're so good.
Yeah.
Right now, we're seeing Eli's
Oh,
screen.
Riptire. Let's see. Will it find a pick?
Every time you see the pluses around, that means he's getting
Got
healed,
him.
which means the healer is actually like doing their job.
Oh, Eli
What
does manage to
activates
kill them.
that flower? I see that it's
Oh,
sitting
this?
there. Yeah. what
Pretty much,
activates-
if your team steps on it or the enemy team, it just raises up like this.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, oh, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That the tree is what I described. That that's just a pedal that just boosts up. Yeah. Okay.
It's like a little elevator.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay.
I know he's
And with a
catching
certain
me, but,
hero,
like, come on, that
if you
was
do the
funny.
pull ability and they use their movement, it like slingshots them up.
Yay! We won.
We won
ulted.
round 1. You push just
Yeah, escort is the second type of game mode. The escort map is Circuit Royal or Royale. It's a game. It's a game mode in which the attacking team must escort a payload to a delivery point while the defending team attempts to prevent them until the timer runs out. Each map has 3 checkpoints between the starting position and delivery point, which when reached will increase the timer and move both teams' spawn locations. Overtime will be triggered if time runs out while the payload is being contested by the opposing team.
we got Logan subbing in for Hunter.
So it's basically they'll have like a car
That have to
or
push.
yeah, they'll have a package and it'll slowly move across a line on the map. And one team's job is to push it and the other team's job is to stop it from being pushed. So when you have people near it, it'll either get pushed or stop being pushed.
We're defending first.
We're defending first?
Yeah.
All right, so our job right now is to stop the opposing team from getting to the car and pushing it towards our like area. It's kind of like football almost.
Right.
Now we're just picking our
Alright.
heroes, I
Yep.
believe.
So do they
Switching.
choose a different person each time?
Uh,
Or do they have
some maps.
standard characters?
They have standard characters, but sometimes they'll like divvy out the characters just to have some diversity. For example, last game Eli was playing Wrecking Ball, and now he's on Reinhardt. But a lot of people just kind of stick to the same character. Like Aiden, he's playing Genji. Jay, he's playing Juno. And Kiner's on Zen.
It's time to shout out our sponsors. We are excited to
Quite awesome.
announce our third annual Super Smash Tournament presented by Adamswell's Internet Telecom TV. It's held here at Bluffton High School on November 2nd, and just $10 and you can compete, and other community members will come in and also compete. You can register today at ssbu.bhmsd.org. That's ssbu.bhmsd.org. Can't wait to see you there.
I've heard that it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's fun to compete. It's fun to, I guess, get to see a lot of talent. Is a good thing.
And Mario Kart will be there this year.
Mario Kart will be there. We're testing things with the middle school team, and we're trying to figure out, how we're going to play it out.
So we will be having Mario Kart featured with at the tournament on November 2nd, and they will be able to pay to play with. Hopefully, a lot of our middle schoolers will come. We're up to 22 players at the middle school level, and I think that number is only going to grow when we start Super Smash. They're very excited about that. We have varsity and JV and club because we have so many members, and we have won all of our matches so far.
For Mario Kart, are you guys allowed to do like map skips? Because I know on certain maps you can like skip
Yeah.
through and like pretty much just like complete it in like 5 seconds.
No, and they don't let us choose. We have to go on random. So our opponents are chosen for us at random. We all we can go active at 3:30, and then they kind of put us in a lottery against the other teams that go active, and then at 4:25 they choose somebody for us to play against, and then we do 6 races 3 times. But since we have absolutely swept them, nobody's made it past
do you-
the twice. We've never played our 3rd round.
Really?
No, they quit. So they don't like it, and all of our players so far have been in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for every single race. So the other teams have been less likely to continue playing.
Very nice way of saying it.
We wipe the floor with them.
Not so nice, but very competitive.
It reminds me of another game.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
I would
god.
say right now we're holding the payload like
Insane.
really
Oh, Kiner missed the Transcendence to heal Aiden from the Junkrat trap.
That's all right.
No, I can't pull up the team stats.
Can he get back in there fast enough though? That's the question.
I mean, he's playing Genji, most definitely.
But
Why-
yeah,
Why are Clay and Cullen screens black?
Because I guess they have their thing on to record and their computer's off, so.
yeah, they're not playing right now,
Oh, okay.
so they won't, have a screen to present.
Okay, so why are they up there if they're not?
I think their like streaming software might be on, but
Yeah, it's
that's my.
if we need a sub, they're ready to go.
Okay.
They're not
So,
subs, which
so
is,
they're ready to go.
Yeah,
All right. That makes sense.
bottom right is what the what we can see, or what like the audience can see.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys stream your matches at the middle school?
We do not. But I wouldn't be adverse to it because we do have some parents that would very much like to see the matches being streamed.
Yeah.
We're hoping to be pulling the JV. Complicated.
Yeah, it's very complicated to make sure streams,
Especially
work
for a
out.
game like Mario Kart.
Yeah, well, plus, if we're doing streams all the time, you would have to make sure that your schedule, lines
Doesn't
up.
overlap with your
Yeah.
schedule, yeah. Well, and we are also thinking about maybe inviting some of the varsity parents in to come watch their kids wipe the floor with.
Really?
I mean, it is exciting.
We only
So-
have to push it 10.81 meters in order to secure round 2.
Okay.
Because the way this game mode works is if you attack first, however far you push it, that's how, and let's say you don't get all 3 points, that's how far the enemy team has to push it, except just a tiny bit more in order to win. But if you get all 3 points, then it's whoever defended then goes on attack
So
and
right
has
now,
to.
We have extreme advantage.
We have a massive advantage because we held them off so good.
So walk me through how you know. Is it the 10.8
Yep,
meters?
yep.
Okay, so,
And if they capped all 3 points, we'd have to either get all 3 points, or if they defended well enough, then we'd lose. But
and then what happens when this timer runs out?
that timer that just insinuates the end of the round.
Okay. And then how many rounds are there?
3. Oh, Eli just instantly dying to Doomrock, not Doomrock, Sigrock. Aiden on the Echo.
It's always interesting to see how the teams shape together, because there's specific tactics in which you can play certain characters to counter other character picks. So in this game, a lot of what makes you good is being able to play multiple people. Just so that you can play a character that can help
Suit
defeat.
everything.
Yeah.
Kind of. Or at least have one character, or it's a one-fits-all type deal.
Exactly. So I just find it very interesting to learn about those kind of things.
Yeah, because there's multiple different compositions. There's Brawl composition, which is pretty much just characters who stay together, and they don't have that long range of moves, but they dish out a lot of damage. There's a Poke comp, which you kind of just pick off. You just kind of just pick them off from far range, and then there's Dive, where you just dive in and get their healers, and that's essentially all the comps that there are. But now we're going on to our third and final round.
And then explain this round.
Okay. Is it push?
Didn't we just do push?
I thought
No, we did.
No, we did escort.
Then
Yeah.
it's push.
All right. Next up is the push game mode on Esperanza. Push is a game mode released alongside Overwatch 2 in which 2 teams fight to escort a robot who pushes an objective onto the opposite, the enemy side of the map. Each map has 2 checkpoints along the objective path. When a team escorts the robot past the first enemy checkpoint, their spawn is moved up to forward spawn. If neither team reaches both checkpoints, the team that pushed their objective, the furthest wins. Overtime will trigger if the team with less progress has possession of the robot when time expires. So they'll get a time advantage if...
I don't know if they can hear me, but that's the wrong map. They have the wrong map, and I can't text it in here.
Oh, really? Apparently we're playing on Coliseum.
Which it's the same game mode, just a different map.
I see. So if somehow we're losing,
We can blame it on this.
yeah. You want this back?
You can hold it now.
Apparently we're fixing the map.
Okay.
So we'll get things sorted.
So basically, this is like capture the flag, only the opposite direction.
You go, so you have Your team pushes the robot one way, and then let's say all your team dies, and then the enemy pushes it the other way.
So it's like the opposite of capture the flag.
Essentially, kind of.
See, I understand some stuff.
Do I
That
just,
makes sense.
Do I just leave?
It's also like capture the flag if the flags move slow
Yeah.
too, because the robot doesn't move quickly. It just kind of pushes it along a little bit faster than, I guess, the. We're being told some information.
Oh.
Yeah, I already said that.
No, he wants you to do it again.
Again? Okay. Okay. We're excited to announce our third annual Super Smash Tournament presented by Adams Wells Internet Telecom TV. Held here at Bluffton High School on November 2nd. For just $10, you can compete against other community members for the honor of Best in Bluffton. You can register today at ssbu.bhmsd.org. That's ssbu.bhmsd.org. See you there.
And we'll have Mario Kart too.
Obviously. Like last time. Can't go without Mario Kart.
No.
Nintendo games.
I love Nintendo.
I don't. They got rid of Brick Bronze.
It's still fun.
No,
mean-
they sue over small things though.
Oh.
Yeah. They have
No,
we did.
we did escort.
Business practices. All right. Next up is the push game mode on It's a fun Esperanza. console. It breaks Push easily, is. though.
I don't break stuff.
I do.
I do. Actually, I've taken good care of my Switch because for the longest time it wasn't mine.
It's very expensive if
It's
you break it.
yeah. So I always had to take care.
We're
of
doing off rolls this game. It looks like kind of.
So off rolls in this case means that we're not playing what we would normally be playing. So Eli is almost always tank, but in this case he's playing Genji, which is damage.
Okay.
And another thing is, who's Sparky's cool?
Dylan.
That's Dylan?
Yeah, he plays both support and damage.
All right. So we're subbing in, what, 2 people?
Yes,
this
2
game?
people. We're subbing in both supports actually.
Okay.
Giving them a chance to play. I think we're pretty confident with this round. But we still have Eli and Aiden and Kiner, and they're all playing, you know, the way they've been playing. Except Eli is no
Oh.
longer on tank.
Chasen falls to the Junker Queen.
So that's the robot.
Yeah,
That's the robot,
And-
yeah.
he's pushing that.
See, it goes like a little bit faster.
So who's in charge of the robot?
Whoever's closest.
Yeah, so if we
It's-
have a bunch of teammates all in one area, like right now it's just enemies, so they're going to be pushing the robot.
The opposite direction.
Yeah.
But
Fun
you can
fact.
you can see it starts to slow down once our team gets over.
If our team touches it, it completely stops. And the robot, like push, is the only game mode where the amount of people on it doesn't affect its speed.
Right.
Unlike every other game mode, the more people on it, the faster it goes.
And so our team has the choice of playing defensive or offensive.
It's technically both offense and,
Really?
and push, yeah. Because you're both attacking, it doesn't matter. Like,
That makes sense.
yeah,
So is the 47-47?
that's how far
they've got
That's
it?
how far they've got it.
Okay, and then they have to get it to 100%.
100%, or whoever has the most area covered after time runs out.
Yeah. But if time runs out, you know, while they have, you know, the majority of the distance,
Then they win.
yeah.
So are they currently winning?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. They're doing pretty good. I think a big part of it is not only are we off-rolling, but we have subs in, so, you know, we're giving...
And
we're
yeah,
giving
I don't think the
ourselves a chance
subs have
to-
really played with Varsity that much. They don't have as much like team chemistry.
Exactly. That's a big thing for this game that I've realized.
Oh, Junker Queen ult comes out, antis everybody, making it to where they can't get healed.
Who is Junker Queen again?
They're the enemy tank.
Okay.
Yeah.
And her ultimate ability is she just rushes in and makes it to where she gives you a status effect called anti-heal, which makes it to where your healers cannot heal you.
Oh.
And it also, she also has another status effect called bleed that does a small amount of damage over time.
Oh, I saw that earlier. That does like a lot.
It
of
does.
damage.
It also does a lot of damage too.
Yeah.
So does that mean that they won?
They haven't pushed it as far. That point right there is where, if they push the robot to that, is where they win.
Okay.
So
Looks like they're pretty close now.
Yep.
yeah. I can hear them in the other room.
Yep.
We're starting to panic. We're getting things contested. Hopefully we can get it.
Oh, Riptire comes out, kills both the supports.
Oh wow, that
Oh,
was.
they weren't
ultimate
together
ability.
right there, so the enemy team could have won that if they stick more closely together. Let's see if that will cost them.
Let's hope it does. An ultimate ability charges up in the middle of the screen at the bottom. You can see it like charges up very slowly over time.
And the more you do damage, if you're a damage, it charges up more as you do damage.
And if you're a healer, it charges up more if you're healing.
But if you're a healer and you do damage, it still charges up, but just not as fast as it would if you're healing. And tanks, they're weird because they don't do it they build ultimate the slowest because it's not about how much you like tank as a tank. It's not about how much damage that gets dealt to you, how much damage you block. It's made like your only source of damage is, I mean not damage, ult charge is the natural ult charge that you have and dealing damage, and you don't get a buff on dealing damage.
So what does contested mean?
They're both on the point.
yeah, it means they're both on the robot, so it's not moving anywhere. We don't have to worry about it like going in their direction, but it's also not going in the direction we want it to.
Okay.
So right now, our flag.
Oh, we're
was sitting
doing
there.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
pushing it now.
We're pushing.
We have to push it a long way to win this match.
In push, does it switch like pretty quickly?
If the robot is actually pushing the block, it's slow, but it gets pretty fast whenever it's not pushing anything. It's actually just like running.
I see.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
it does seem to be making up the distance pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not too slow.
It helps that the enemy team hasn't been here.
Like touching it.
Yeah.
Oh, immortality
It's
field.
contested.
Yep. And then like
Uh-oh.
you see how like in like the small time the enemy like captured, like how it got like a good amount of distance.
Yeah, they're on their way back over.
Yeah.
I like the little robot at the top.
Yeah, it's great for.
If you like in game wave to the robot or say hello, it says hello back.
That's cute.
There's a bunch of cute
Like little Easter eggs, yeah.
in this game.
Just a little close up of them.
It seems extremely well developed.
Yeah.
Yes
except-
and no.
Yeah, there's a few things they keep like changing and nerfing and buffing characters
That don't need any of that.
Yeah, like they'll have a character set.
You're going to have to explain nerfing and buffing.
So
Exactly.
making a certain character stronger and making a certain character weaker whenever they don't need that specifically. So like if a character's like really strong, sometimes they'll just like make them like stronger because I don't know, they just want to. And like sometimes there would be a character who like doesn't need to be nerfed or buffed, and they'll just like if a character's like perfectly
just
fine where
mess
they
with
are,
it.
yeah, just because why not?
Nerfing is like turning a bullet, a regular metal bullet,
Into a
Nerf
rocket
bullet.
launcher.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
That's where the term comes from. And then buffing is obviously you're getting buff.
you're
stronger.
yeah.
Okay. That makes perfect sense to me.
Who was the character that was recently nerfed, like really heavy?
Oh, Ramatra and
Yes.
Sombra got a rework.
And then Juno also got a rework.
She didn't get a rework. She got a small nerf.
It was a small nerf.
It was a very small nerf. It's I don't even realize it half the time. If I'm
Really?
being, yeah, pretty much. There's something in this game called damage fall off, which is how if you're farther away, you do less damage, and pretty
Right.
much they just changed the distance of her damage fall off. It also goes with her heal because if you shoot your teammate, they get healed. That's how Juno works.
Can Genji block Genji's own melee? Like
No, what deflect does is it deflects projectiles and it blocks like melees, unless it's some like Reinhardt's hammer. It's just like the quick
Right.
melee.
Okay, that makes sense.
It can't deflect things like, Junker Queen's ultimate where she just like charges you, or Genji's ultimate.
Sometimes it's hard to like understand what's going on because
There's just a lot in Overwatch.
yeah, there's always
There's always
tons of
something
stuff
going on,
happening.
unless they're like pushing, like right now, there's not really just much going on except for
They're just kind of walking the
Yeah.
robot along.
So, okay, so the first is placed. The first red one was placed on
all the way over there. Yep.
all the way on, and now they are working
It's
on.
technically
Getting
not
it there.
quite on.
But
but
it's close,
yeah, if the robot gets there, all they have to do is push it a little bit further,
and then they win.
and then it's on.
And isn't there a second one?
The diamonds. That's like the first like point, where like the first like little checkpoint. And,
okay.
Yeah,
So, if they get it all the way on, they win.
to the second checkpoint they win. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think a great opportunity for shoutcasters is the ability to have a new person on.
To
so that-
explain.
yeah, so we could just teach them because it helps the audience understand as well.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, personally, I would have no idea what's going on if we weren't explaining to Mrs. Russo here, exactly what's going on.
It's nice to be explained to because I
Yeah.
know
Well,
I'm watching, but I don't really understand.
I know-
Questionable orbital array coming out from Dylan. And what orbital array does is in that area, you get healed and you get a damage buff.
and it was kind of an odd placement
Yeah,
because
no
the
one
enemies
was
weren't doing
there. We didn't need heals.
I know personally a lot of parents have been asking, specific questions about some of the games that I play. And I know, like, I guess it didn't really occur to me, but sometimes things just aren't obvious,
No, it's-
especially when you don't play it yourself.
if you've never seen this. game
Questionable
before.
push. Yep.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I was about to say because if the Junker Queen kept pushing the robot, it'd be bringing the robot closer to our team. Why isn't the robot? Oh, I don't know why it wasn't moving. And it was also kind of a waste from Transcendence from Chasen because no one needed heals and he had more than enough time to start pushing the robot.
So, the Junker Queen. So, is the Junker Queen somebody that is playing the Junker Queen
Yes.
on each team?
No, it's only on the opposite team.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's like
Junk behind
how many characters? There's like a lot of characters.
50, no, it might be in the 60. If I had to guess, probably like 58 characters.
So, she's very powerful, though.
Right now she's okay in terms of the like main tier list that people go off of.
Yeah, well, when the devs of this game, change the way a character works, or even like
Even just like small like little changes can like make them be a lot better.
exactly, or a lot worse.
Yeah.
Well, you've said the Junker Queen, and then there's been some powers that she's had,
Yeah.
and that she's been able to like decimate.
Yeah, she's really good, but it's like a character that like you have to know how to play like really well in order to like do really good with. Cuz like a lot of her like tools that she has like in her as like abilities can be like really easily predicted or just counteracted.
That makes sense.
Which
So-
one's the Junker Queen?
That one.
Okay.
So we're gonna watch us play the game. It was right after she used her ult. So, oh nope, doesn't get pulled in because of Fortify.
Oh, she has a thing that stops it from.
No, so pretty much whenever Arissa goes golden, she cannot take knockback at all. And what Junker Queen's Knife does is if it latches onto you and she uses the input again, you pretty much get pulled to Junker Queen.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, there's like it's like a 300 damage combo you can do with her if you're fast enough. Going back to the core group.
all right, we're going back to the main guys.
Okay. So we won the first two matches.
Yep, and then
and
they
then
won.
They won the third match.
Correct.
So then we're playing a fourth match.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think another thing is, are we still playing, off of our mains? Are we still? Playing?
I'd assume since we lost that, I think we're actually gonna
lock in.
Yeah, we're like lock in.
So if we're on game 4, best of 5,
Yeah.
What-
It's
so we've played 3
Three.
different types.
Yep.
Is there, how many different types are in Overwatch that you can play?
7, I think.
Okay, so how do you choose the 5?
I think because one of them that like recently came out. It's also based off like how the actual like Overwatch League does it, which I guess in like basketball terms is the Overwatch NBA is like the best way I can describe it, or like just like whatever. That's just what it is. It's based on whoever or however they do it is how we have it.
Okay, so they choose for us.
Pretty much, and so we just have to keep up to date with that.
So it says here if we have a tight match,
But each, okay,
Pariso
Parasso, I think. I don't know.
will be a hybrid game mode in which one team starts with an assault capture point and continues with an escort objective. Oh. Once the attacking team captures the initial point, both teams' spawn locations are moved. The payload is then unlocked, and players must escort the payload through 2 checkpoints to win. Overtime will be triggered if time runs out while the payload or capture point is being contested by the attacking team. Declare
Currently-
the starting side.
Yeah, we're the red team right now, which means we're attacking.
Right, okay. So can you explain, because I've never seen this game mode either.
So-
actually.
Flashpoint, which is the first, it's pretty much just kind of, it's a mix between an old game mode that they got rid of in a way, and I think it was Escort, which was the one with the payload. And so pretty much if they fully capture that, they will unlock the payload. So you have to like unlock the payload essentially in order to push it.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Does that...
Yes, so you're saying first we have to fight them, then we have to get to it.
We have to
then
capture
have
A,
to
and then we push
unlock
the
it,
payload, yeah.
And then we push the payload. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like a combination between some of the games that we've already played combined together.
Correct.
Okay.
That makes sense. So, did their team switch up? Because this feels like a different team playing.
It does. Granted, it could also be like very map dependent because I know a lot of heroes are really good on certain maps.
Oh, that is true.
Because like with a map that has like a lot of like enclosed spaces, a character like Diva can be really good, but also can be very bad with
So-
her ultimate.
In this case, like the opposing team might choose a set of characters that would be good on this map specifically.
Yes, and there's also certain characters that may be like okay on a map, but because of the game mode, it makes like really good.
I see.
That makes sense.
So like a character like Juno, whose orbital
Where
array
am
like
I?
moves
Where
like
are
in that
you?
direction, it'll be good for a
Oh, we got the
payload.
diva down.
Because it's you move with the payload as you fight the enemy team with your buff and your heal.
So that just kind of exemplifies even more that, like,
It's really kind of strategy based.
I see. And it's also good to have a lot of characters in your roster.
Yeah,
There's a lot going on.
yeah.
Yeah, what are those orbs?
Those are Eli's ultimate. They're just mines. So if you touch them, lots of damage gets dealt to you.
Ball seems like a goofy character.
He is like Hammond is really good. If you know, he's like one of the most like skill based characters in the game. Because like the way Eli plays him, like how he just like goes in, maybe gets off like a character, and then just kind of gets out. He's also really good at stalling. That's like one of the main things I've seen people do with Wrecking Ball. He used to, he still technically does, gets hard countered by a character called Somber, who got a massive nerf/rework, where she used to be able to go invisible, which forever,
I got him.
until you kind of just like shot or something. But now it's only for 5 seconds, which in a game like Overwatch, 5 seconds is no time at all. In 5 seconds, a ton can happen or nothing can happen.
How's it on the payload?
So we're the red team.
Yes.
And we are 59, 60. So
We're
basically,
continuously pushing. Yep.
okay, so we're winning.
Yes.
Okay.
But then after, if we go to the third point, then it will be the other team's job to Oh, Diva Bomb coming out. Let's see. Does he pick? Finds a pick on Jaden. If they gets that third point, then it will the defending team will start attacking, and they have to try to get it to the third point. And if they do, we pretty much just go again until time runs out for one of us.
Okay, so it's basically pushing it back and forth
Yep.
until the time runs out.
Essentially.
Okay, because we just hit, right?
Uh,
No, we're
almost.
at 91.
Yep. Now their job is just kind of just stall.
Yeah, what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to make
Stall.
sure that
With 5 people on it, it just goes to that point instantly.
yeah, well, and the opponent too is like
They're clapping.
at spawn.
Yeah. So
Um,
you pretty much just have to stall for the rest of your team to get there and then hopefully win the fight, because if your team doesn't touch it for a certain amount of time, the payload starts moving back, but the actual number that they have to push doesn't change. It's based off how the furthest they got, not their current position.
Okay.
So like if your team, like let's say like your team was just like very slightly off
This is yours too.
of getting the third point, and then it got, let's say it got like somehow it got all the way back here, they'd still have to push it to pretty much the third point in order to get it, in order to get the win.
Okay. So we do this until we run out of time?
Yep, for them. And if we win this match, we win the game in general.
Okay, so four out of 5, obviously they
Yep.
can't come back from.
What if we don't win this? Like
Then it's another round.
of this?
Not of this. Is this the last?
Yeah.
thing I have? Oh, I think they just didn't expect us to lose twice.
Okay.
Okay.
But it says that we would go to Oasis.
Oasis. That is a, what's the map name? It's the first game mode we played, I believe, but just a different map.
Oh, control?
Control, yeah. It's just another control map.
It is, yeah. Final control match to
Okay.
decide the nice winner. That makes sense.
I feel like we have a good chance of winning
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I think they played really well with the third round.
Mm-hmm.
But I think overall we have, watching them play, you can just tell how good our team. What is Eli doing?
You can do this on a wrecking ball. There was one time where he did that whenever someone was chasing him, and they like cartoonishly looked all around, and then he just dropped on them. I think it should be on stream.
That just proves that Wrecking Ball is just a goofy.
He's just a real goofball.
Yeah.
You can do real ha-has and funnies with him.
He's just doing things, and he gets away with it because he's made of metal and in the shape of a ball.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be run over by that.
Yeah.
It's a hamster controlling it as well.
Yeah, it's
That's even better.
literally just like
Yeah.
a giant mutated hamster.
It's not. No, like the hamster. It's hamster size. It has controllers.
Wait,
Like,
really?
Yeah, it has controllers in the like little
I thought it
pouch
was
it's in.
like as
and
big
no,
as a
nope.
dog.
No, it's a normal sized hamster. That's just
Wow.
like, and the hamster built that too. The hamster's just that
Hamster
smart.
fist.
What?
Yep.
The lore to this game is like
Yeah.
The crazy.
The lore's good. Unfortunately, Blizzard, which the company who made this game, doesn't care about its community and just said, we're gonna stop making lore.
Oh,
Lovely.
well,
Yeah.
that's disappointing.
Yeah,
because
it
I
is.
like
The lore's-
other things.
What
Yeah,
is
the
their
lore,
doofus?
it's
And
really
there's the
deep.
hamster. Okay.
The lore's really deep. It's just the fact that they don't want to continue.
How are we able to kill the hamster at 775 hit points?
So pretty much either you don't, or you have something that can stun the hamster, or just make it to where it can't get away. And the max HP Wrecking Ball can get to is like 1,200, because its ability gives it shield if it's around a team like the enemy team. So if it's around everybody, I'm pretty sure it's like either 1,100 or 1,200.
Oh,
Okay. Just to remind everybody that we are the red team.
right. Our kids are the red ones. Which means in this case we're attacking, right?
We're defending, so I think it's whatever side we're placed on at the beginning of like the match.
Is it because we've already like captured one?
We
point?
had to reset the game for the push map,
That-
and after that
I
we got
see.
placed on the red side.
I see. Oh, he's waving. Wow, Jaden. That's crazy.
He's being friendly.
I don't know. I come from a game where all emotes are, toxic.
It's only toxic to emote in this game whenever you're like about to win.
Oh,
So pretty much it's like, let's say whenever we got the 3rd point, everyone started emoting right there.
I see. So we're not attacking in their spawn out of like respect.
I mean, yes and no. They can get out of spawn, just not far.
Right. Okay.
So, explain the objective to me again, because it says
So-
defend the objective, but I
Yeah.
don't really understand what that means.
So pretty much the point A, which is over here, if the enemy team is right there, they have like 3 sides. They have to like the 3 thirds that they have to capture of it. And if they do that, then they unlock the payload, and then they have to push the payload a certain amount of distance in order to.
Okay, so it's
Yep.
just restarting, and we have
Yep.
to. We don't have to unlock the payload.
No, they do.
Okay.
Doomfist meteor strike coming out. Let's see, does he find a pick? Nope.
We're in
finds
overtime?
finds good damage off on Eli.
Oh.
Let's see.
Okay.
We're placing our own tree of life.
We're watching Wrecking Ball
think.
do things. He's definitely
No, that's blue teams.
doing things. Wait. Okay. So how
controlling the scan.
how is a tank able to deal so much damage without
Oh,
dying so easily?
Eli's just really good at aiming for the head.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Speaking of Eli, he gets to play the game.
Awesome.
look at how cute that is.
Exactly.
very cute
And yeah, as I said, he's normal hamster size. He's really smart, and he built all that.
That's adorable.
I'd love to be a hamster that smart.
I just like hamsters in general.
I'm not even that smart, and I'm a human. So,
But that does conclude today's match.
all right.
Congrats to our Cyber Tigers.
Yeah, I am just so proud to be a part of this school because we always
We win.
we do a good job and we're like nice to each other.
That's true.
We're excited to announce our 3rd annual Super Smash tournament presented by Adams Wells Internet Telecom TV. It's held here at the Bluffton High School on November 2nd. For just $10, you can compete against other community members for the honor of Best in Bluffton. You can register today at ssbu.bhmsd.org. Again, that's ssbu.bhmsd.org.
Oh, we're doing interviews?
Oh, we're doing an interview.
Oh. Come here, Mr. Eli.
We have to do an interview.
Yeah, I look professional right now.
I just
You
love
want- you
your
want that
little
mic, or do
hamster character.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hammond.
I also,
I-
are you offering it to me?
I am
Okay,
offering
cool.
it to you. That is for
I
you.
will hold it.
All right. Hi, Eli. How do you feel about that? How do you feel like you did?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah?
I think we all did a great job.
Dominic, since you have the other microphone,
Yeah.
I think it's.
Can just like.
I guess,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, as a team, what's like the main thing you think that Varsity could like work on?
It all comes down to communication, pretty much.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because Overwatch is one of the. It's a deep game in terms of just communication.
Do you find that it is difficult for the different, since there are so many different gameplays and different maps, that some are more challenging as a team?
Some of them require different strategies, and we're better at some strategies than others. But overall, I think some of them are. What was the question again?
Since there's so many different maps and different gameplay, is it harder as a team to play all of them? Like, to be able to switch between them?
I wouldn't. It would be harder. It's harder because like if there were like 5 or so, it would be easier to remember all of them. But
There's like
it
50
doesn't
something
matter.
maps.
It doesn't really come into play that often.
Do you have a favorite?
No.
Do you? No, this isn't a fair question to ask, but do you have a favorite on the team?
Like a person?
Yeah.
Aiden.
Aiden?
Yeah, the restaurant.
Gavilan. We've been at it since the beginning.
The beginning
Like
of-
me.
Of school?
Yeah, like in middle school is when we started, but
Wow. That's like a long friendship.
mhm.
It's probably nice being able to like play with your friend
Yeah.
after school.
Especially with the game like
Tristan.
Overwatch.
What? What?
Oh, are you doing an interview as well?
No, I just had to come over here to say hi to her.
Yes.
Oh.
I told you you do love me. Not in 6th grade.
Wow. I know a lot of people actually really liked you in 6th grade. So.
I'm not that bad.
Wrap it up.
All right. Coach is telling us to wrap it up, so I'll go ahead and read the outro. Thank you for joining us this evening. We'll be back next week on Monday for the 10th. I need the
Boo.
mic. Thanks for joining us this evening. We will be back next week on Monday for Tetris competitions. Yeah, that was very professional. We're good at this.